Welcome back, folks, to Final Fantasy XI. How's everybody doing? I just realized, of course, that I'd been messing up the title this whole time. That's been fixed. So, yay for copy-paste problems. You'd think I would have quality controlled that. But anyway, we've got a long climb up a tower. But first, we need to talk about fame. This is important because Mission 4-1, the one that's coming up not today, but the next one, has some requirements that require our fame in Juno to be at level 2. Well, this guy here in Selbina is a great way to grind up your fame in both Bastok and Zandoria. I mentioned it before, but we got all that million corn. You come over here, talk to him. He starts a quest that is a repeatable one, which I'll tell you about repeatable quests in Final Fantasy XI. Once you complete them the first time, basically you just have to do the thing that they require. Like this guy requires either Lethane cabbage, 5 Lethane cabbages, 3 million corn, or 1 moss cluster. The million corn is better to buy because you only need 24 full stacks of 12. And you have to trade them 3 at a time to him. And he gives you, what's it, 120 gold per stack of 3? But by trading all those 4 stacks, you get your fame high. Then there's only like 10 ranks of fame or something like that. We can check our Zandoria fame, easy enough, by going straight to the Southern Zandoria Mog Station waypoint. Now, the other thing you can do with fame is there are normal quests, and by doing quests around the city, well, that raises your fame. Little by little by little. That's also a good way to raise your rank. But this guy is how you check your fame here in Zandoria. As you can see, by the fact that I've completed a Record of Eminence bonus, this is maxed. I probably should have held on to that, but it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Although I also showed that we are level 50. And we are 1 experience off from level 51. That's important because right now we're going to go to Juno. Because we actually have to go to the Rulo. I'm gonna have a terrible time pronouncing that. The Gardens. The Rue Lude Gardens. And then we're going to need to hit up Lower Juno. For good reasons. But the reason we need to go to the gardens There's that waypoint. There's that home point. Yep, there's the gardens. And then we'll have to hit up Lower Juneau, of course. Because there's one thing we're going to need for the 4-1 mission that's going to take us no time at all. The Rulude Gardens. We're going to see a lot of players if we're lucky. There should be a lot of people floating around. This is a common endgame location. Generally. Oddly enough, nobody's here. But this is this is also where the 3 nation states, city-states, have their embassies. And also after 4-1, our story resides and takes place a lot more around here anyway. But the big thing we need to do... Oh, that's probably a tri-boxer. Either that or 3 people. But I would say that's more probably a tri-boxer. If I had to guess. This guy. Matt. This guy is our limit break man. Every 5 levels from 50 to 99. This guy's got a quest for you. Now, these 3 things he's given us are from 3 of the level 50-ish dungeons located around Juneau. An ancient papyrus is both a weekly objective from the Adiman necropolis. We've already been there. It drops from the liches. It's a common drop. Kill a few liches. Do that while you're grinding to level 50. Easy enough to do. I actually have some... actually went and gathered these while grinding yesterday. Actually, this morning. Yeah, the ancient papyrus is from the liches. Bomb coal is an interesting one because this is from the Garliage Citadel. From the explosures. They're a bit deeper into the dungeon. Just don't fall through the floor on the Citadel and you'll generally be fine. They drop very quickly. I killed 1 and dropped the bomb coal. This is also a common drop. Also got a key. That's for later things later. The X-ray mold. Now this is a complicated one. This one drops from exo-rays in Crawler's Nest. Exo-rays are a type of, you know, those funguars, those hopping fungus things. Somewhat deep into Crawler's Nest. You don't want to engage these guys until you're probably 47, 48, because they have a nasty paralyze attack. It's actually pretty bad. Plus, they're surrounded by a bunch of horn flies, which are those giant darter insect things. Very similar to the ones on Valkyrie Dunes. In fact, same model, but a different name. This is supposedly an uncommon drop, which means this is supposedly the harder one to get. Let me tell you, of the 3, as I gathered them, this one took me the longest to get. Not because the liches are hard. They're actually pretty easy to kill, especially with Venereal. But the X-ray mold, they're just not fun to fight. And the bomb coal, you have to be careful because these things can explode. and they can just kill you. Fortunately, you should have some re-raise earrings. Use those. Keep re-raise on you. That'll keep you alive. That's just the only thing I can suggest. And also, while you're in Garliage Citadel, if you can find a bat, I think it's called the 1-2 bat. He's an NM. I stumbled across him very easily. He drops this great cape. Evasion +5. It's just a really good cloak. It really is. And then you have to trade these items to Matt. And now our level limit is 55. And as you can see, because I had the Record of Eminence for increasing to level 55 already set, boom, we're now level 51. What being level 51 does. And this is important. And this is why we're doing this now. It lets us unlock the next limit break, 260. The reason we're doing this now is because Sandoria mission, in fact all the missions for 1, which is just called Magicite, takes us to the location that the level 65 limit break will send us to. Best to do those in one go. In order to do that, we have to be at least level 56. Also, by being level 65, that should let us equip all of our artifact armor, which we're going to have to get. And probably be of a good level for trusts. To beat the boss of the base game. We all know who he is, but I'm gonna pretend that it's not. We don't know who it is. So, this one's actually also a pretty easy limit break. In fact, all the way up until... Oh, what's a hard one? Yeah, 65 requires all the stuff there. Was it 75 was the complicated one? Yeah, I think 75 is the hard one. Yeah, level 75 is the complicated one. There's other ways to do the 75 limit break. And in fact, I recommend doing them otherwise. But we'll worry about that when we get to there. Now, regardless, while we're here in Juno, we need to go to Lower Juno just so we can do a very important thing. The Tenshodo, which are important to the storyline. Several of the storylines. Specifically Audartgon and Chains of Promathia. Specifically Chains of Promathia. We do need to join them. Which is an easy enough thing to do. Ah, that was a guy we needed to talk to in here. For some experience and a free map. And it's mainly because I have the item he's gonna need anyway. Wait, he's at H9? Oh, is he going to be over here? Or Daveport. Where is he? Or Daveport. Ah, he's in the center. Of course he would be. Just a little complicated sometimes. Yeah, this guy. I can do it. Now, a flame degen is you probably have one. If you're playing any class that has a... Why do I have 2 blind daggers? That's weird. Anyway, flame degens are just a weapon you should have, because you get them for sparks. It's a, what, level 40 weapon. Chances are you're gonna have it. If not, it's cheap. Much cheaper than the 3,000 gil for the map. And you get free money and experience. And 2,000 experience is still pretty good. That's about a quarter of a level. Current region, Upper Juno, at the Mog House. And then we just head this direction to go to South Juno. Lower Juno, not South Juno. I don't remember if it starts the, a cutscene or not. This is looking like a yes. No, we don't need to start a crystalline prophecy yet. Yep, thank you. Now that's just one of the add-ons, I believe. Not an expansion, an add-on. Yeah. Yeah, there are specifically like 3 add-ons that have to do with that are just there. They were originally level 75. Level 75 endgame things people could do. One of them really is useful. Maybe. The others don't really contain anything useful. Lower Juno. If we wanted to start Adeline, we'd have to go over here in the Chamber of Commerce. Currently, that is a super expensive way to do it. We'll worry about Adeline later. I thought that was that goblin there. Gibby. There's this blank one. This will start us on the quest. Yeah, Special Trading Organization. and there's an easy way to join. Either you can get a Tenshodo invite from a current member, which means you just buy it on the auction house, or also your fame has to be at least level 2 in Juno. Juno's fame functions differently than Sandoria, Bastok, and Windhurst. Juno's is a average of your reputation in all 3 of them. Which is why starting in Sandoria or Bastok, well, those 2 sharing the one quest makes things stupid simple. Trust me, we'll get to the Windhurst later. That one's quite literally, you can set up a macro that will help you do that faster, because that requires trading one item to a character about 55 times. So you're gonna need like 55 of the item. Buy the item with sparks, they're 50 sparks a piece. It's stupid easy to do. Anyway, the reason we went to Port Bastok, there's 2 reasons. One, Flacco here. He's how you check your fame in Bastok. We are maxed fame in Bastok. That's excellent. The other reason is, I believe, yes, warehouse number 2. Talk to Jabbar. Well, there's Jabbar here. Another thing you can do. This guy down here. This guy requires, ore. I think it's tin ore. Regardless, you can just buy it here in Bastok. And you trade it 2 at a time to him. This is how you increase your fame in Norg. Yes, Norg has its own... Well, technically it's the Tenshodo, but it's Norg/Tenshodo. You gotta trade a few stacks to him. I don't remember exactly how many. I can check. But it's an easy way to do it. Yeah, the zinc ore, that's what it is. You just buy it in the Bastok markets. It takes about 80 ores, which is about 20 turn-ins. If you've not done any quest for Norg, that's how you do it. Norg is a little more complicated to actually check your fame, but honestly, granted, zinc ore is 200 gil apiece, so that's a little more gil intensive. And, you know, that's just a good way to do it. And that covers basically all the fame you're going to need to worry about, except Abyssa and Adeline fame. Adeline fame is by doing specific quests, and Adeline, it's honestly stupidly simple to max it out. 105 quest completions. Considering it takes like 7 to 8 months to even get Adeline up and running, that's one you'll max easy enough. Abyssa is going to be the more complicated one. But now that we have our application, we can get that done stupid fast. And then we can get started on the tower climb. Because that's the big thing I want us to do today. And the reason for that is, well, it's going to be a long one. we are now a part of the Tenshodo. That's very important. For later. And not even that much later, just very shortly later. What are these things going for in the auction house anyway? Okay, they're going for actually not that badly. I also have this spare blind dagger. There we go. By the way, I've mentioned it before. I absolutely hate the blind auction features. Almost soon, Goblin. Soon. Anyway, Lower Juno. There's one other thing we need to talk about. And, we'll worry about those proto waypoints later. While we're here, we need to talk about, our bag space. And we all know how bad the bag space is. It starts at 30. Which is true. Is it you, Bluffnix? I thought it was you, or is it Stinknix? One of these goblins. One of these goblins. Duplicac? No. Creepsticks? Must be Chattanok. One of these goblins. This guy. Goldagrick? I think one of these goblins is the one I'm thinking of. One of these goblins is the one. Good lord. Good lord, one of these has got to be the one that... Oh, goblins, goblins, goblins. Moggy bag. No. How do we do the bag expansion? Inventory expansion. There it is. Inventory 101, that's the one. The gobby bag. Lufnix. That's what I thought. There we go. Gotta talk to him a couple of times. He's looking for specific items. There we go. I knew it was him. He's important. Every 5 slots, he's gonna ask for specific items. They don't start out bad. But trust me, they get worse. Fortunately, instead of the 3 items he's looking for, there is an item you can trade to him called the Goblin Stew 880. That's occasionally, and this is a problem, it's occasionally sold for login points, which are login reward points. Yeah, obviously they're login reward points. What else would I be talking about? But, yeah, so accumulate your goblin stews. Especially the later items, they can be very hard to come by. But that expands up to, you know, up to 80 item slots. It's actually very useful to do. You could also buy the stew. You can, in fact, buy the stew from your Mog Garden guy if the Mog Gardens campaign is active. Honestly, it is just... it's good to have, and granted it costs 100,000 gil, but 100,000 gil is, well, relatively easy to come by. And thus that's just a good idea to have. But with our rank now maxed at 3-3, it's time for our appointment to Juno. Ah, it's you, Arachnios. You've come at a good time. I've got news for you. By order of the Kingdom of Sandoria, you're to head to Juno as an ambassadorial attaché. That's all. You'll take the mission then? Go to Chateau Oragil. Manalar Havor will tell you what you need to know. Well, far be it from us to tell the, you know, the Monalair, that he's wrong. This is the other reason we went and unlocked Relude Gardens, because like I said, we'll be there for a while. That's where the second half of the story goes. Now, there are actually 2 ways to complete this. If you know someone who's got Black Mage, I believe it's Black Mage Nose Tractor, or the item, which is a key item, you could skip the entire tower climb. Or you can do it the way we're gonna do it, and just do it the legitimate way. Granted, Delfrucht Tower, which is where we're going, it's actually not that bad of a climb, all things considered. And actually, it's not a bad location for grinding, I believe. Let's see. Mid-30s. Honestly, a mid-30s grind at Delfrucht is not the worst in the world. I've been waiting for you. As you've probably already heard from the gatehouse, you're to report to the embassy of Sandoria at Juno. Our relations with Juno are vital to maintain the balance of power between our kingdom of Sandoria, Windhurst, and Bastock. You'll receive your letter of introduction to Juno from His Majesty Royal Nereus Destin himself. What great honor it is. Proceed through the door to the audience chamber. The king is waiting for you. Remember to mind protocol. Yes. Yes, the king himself. You've been granted an audience with the king. We've already met both princes. It's good to see that they're both active in the kingdom. Standard guard protocol. God, look at that beard. Welcome, Aragnios. I'm Destin, King of Sandoria. Please, be at ease. I've heard about you from Claudie. Much have you done for the kingdom, it seems. So I'm sure Lord Halver has told you. We decided to appoint you to serve in the embassy of Sandoria at Juno. Recently, we lost one of our staff there. Do not be alarmed. We all serve under my direct appointment. Take this letter of introduction with you and depart for Juno. The embassy has already been informed and is expecting you. Show the letter to any of the staff there. Depart as soon as you're able. Safe journeys, Rachnios. And we've received our letter to the ambassador. Easy enough to do. Now we have to go to Rulude Gardens. But before we do that, we do need to go briefly to the port and top up our stealth items. We'll probably be fine if we don't, being level 51, but it's always good to have a full stack of all your stealth items on you. Just in case. You'll also notice that I enabled the timers on my buffs. That's just good to have, and I forgot that that's a thing they added. That used to be a mod. Yeah, that used to be a mod. Oh, I'm out of Gil. I don't think we need to worry about deodorizers, to be honest. Yeah, it used to be a mod to show your timers like that. I don't know when they added it, but that was definitely a very, very late post-game launch. Because you can still find that add-on. Actually, we're almost out of money, period. So yeah, I can still find that in your Windower. Or the other one. I don't know what the other launcher's called. But you can still find it. It's a useless add-on now because, as you can see, we can just turn it on. Roland, I need to buy some gil from you. There it is, the Archeon shields. We've got quite a few sparks. We'll spend enough to get 3 of them. Now, remember these things we're selling at our old fame level for about 26,000. I believe they will sell for more now. Yes. They were selling for about 26,600. They're now worth an additional about 1,000 gold now that our fame is maxed. That's fine. In fact, that's actually really good. That little bit of extra gil is actually very good. And if you're very diligent about grinding gil, actually, we don't even have to... Oh wait, we need to go to Juno. Juno... Relude... But yeah, if you're very good about grinding gil, you'll never have a problem with gil. I tend to run a little lean on gil because I don't log on and grind out my records of eminence really like I should every day. But there's plenty of good weekly objectives. In fact, these daily objectives of vanquishing multiple enemies, that's just an easy way to do it. Yeah, Red Rover gains some sparks. I mean, honestly, most of the weekly ones are not terrible. I mean, they're not great, but actually a good way of doing experience. By the way, that's the one, the Papyrus Pursuer. That's the one you get the ancient papyrus from the liches. Just grab that. It's a free weekly objective. 1,000 experience, plus the liches are not bad to grind off of themselves. They really aren't. But now that we're here... Nickel brick. Welcome to the Sandorian Embassy. Do you require assistance? Ah, good day, Arachnios. The court has notified us about you. But I'm afraid the ambassador is away at the moment. You've heard of Delfruk's Tower, have you not? The ambassador was presently inspecting that area. Her Excellency is scheduled to return soon, however. Good day. Why, Lord Wolfgang, what do we owe the honor? I seek an audience with your ambassador. Oh, I'm sorry, but Her Excellency has gone to investigate Delfruk's Tower. Delfruk's Tower. What kind of an investigation is it? I would ask of your ambassador to avoid such a dangerous place. Or is it an order of your nation? Excuse me, is the ambassador in residence? Mombrox. What business have you here? Wolfgang, how have you been? The ambassador has a rare affliction, and it's time for a checkup. I say this to you as a friend. Keep a safe distance from foreign dignitaries. I've told you before that diseases know no borders. Every patient needs a doctor. Nationality and status matter not. You haven't changed a bit, have you? You should take care, my friend, lest you come to regret it. Advise your ambassador against these careless adventures. I'll return later. Good day. Well, I can't give checkups without a patient. Please convey how sorry I was to miss the ambassador, and I'll call again later. So Wolfgang is the captain of the guard for the Archduke Camelot. But I wonder what business he had with Her Excellency. But it's a good thing you're here. Why don't you go to Delkfrut's tower and report on the ambassador's progress? A fitting task for the newcomer. Tread lightly, as the place is crawling with fiends. It behoove you to purchase arms in town and travel in the company of fellow adventurers. Of course, you were promoted for a reason, so I have utmost faith in your success. Best of luck to you. Now, we've seen Delkfrut's tower. It's honestly not bad. Fortunately, I believe we have the map for it. We'll find out once we get there. Because it's just over here at XIV. Now, we probably should have set our home point in Juno. I think we can still do that from a distance. No, we have to be at the place. It's a good spot, actually, to set your home point for. If you're not going to be, you know, wandering around the place. Set this as our home point. Yes. Anyway, back to XIV. We've got a long climb in front of us. The other thing to take note of, if you want to start Chains of Promethea, the Chains of Promethea story, which you really shouldn't do until after you've done Xylart. But you can't do Xylart until you finish the main story for the base game. Those two are just intertwined story-wise. Anyway, that's Delkfrut's tower there. You probably saw it on the thumbnail. It's a very good place. It's a very big tower. Very, very big tower. An annoyingly large tower, to be honest. Because we got to climb up 10 floors in this tower. And it is a long one. But this is also where you can start the Chains of Promethea storyline. If you were so inclined, that is. It's where you get introduced to Prish, among other characters. Fortunately, I believe the game is pretty decent about not letting us start. Yeah. That would be the glowing book. The tale's beginning. Don't know what the seed fragment is. But there is a survival guide. Alright. The right wall until we reach the stairs. I don't have the map for Delfrutz. Well, that's awkward. That's very awkward. That's very awkward. I thought I had that. Oh, that's deadly annoying. Because we gotta go all the way up 2. Alright. Well, we're navigating this blind. Which is not good, but that's what the wiki's for. 2, 5, 6. That's all of those. There we go. All right. Until we reach... Yep, it's just follow the wall. I don't think anything will attack us, but if they decide to... Might as well summon some trusts just in case. Really? I don't have Aldo. Got the last name of Semi, apparently. I don't think these enemies will attack us, which is really weird for the goblins. Normally goblins will attack on sight. But yeah, we just follow this wall all the way around. It should put us exactly where we need to go. I don't know if the giants that inhabit this tower will attack us or not. Honestly, this is just a really, really long climb. And since we can't use mounts, there's no excuses as to why there's no music other than the game just doesn't want there to be music in the tower. Yeah, there's a lot of blocked off passages as we climb this tower. Once we get to the top of the tower, too, that's not even the top. There are 3 maps we're going to be going through. The lower tower, Yeah, the lower tower, the middle tower, and an upper tower. And the stairs. And then we go up the stairs. And at the top of here, we follow the left wall. And honestly, killing all these little goblins and things would not be a terrible idea. They give some experience. But honestly, we're so far out of their range level. I'm surprised they'd even aggro us. They will. If you're not, you know, so far to their level range, they will attack you on sight. And honestly, it's not a bad place, like I was saying, for some mid-30s grinding, early to mid-30s grinding. I-9, they say. See, I thought I had the map. The fact that I don't makes this could be potentially very bad. We could also end up very lost. Which would be unfortunate. This is also one of the reasons you might want to start Wings of the Goddess early. Is because there's a specific set of shoes that you can get. In fact, without even fighting anything. The Sprinter's shoes. And they are so good. J9? We must be at a junction point. Yeah, we're at a junction point. So everything says it's at I-9, but it's technically it starts at J9? It's weird. This should take us to the 3rd floor. And now we follow the right wall until we see a teleporter. I've got a feeling this is not going to be the only time we're going to have to climb this tower. That is just a groundstone. In case you're grinding here and wanted to swap out what you're hunting for. Which is a very appropriate thing to do. And there's the teleporter. You can tell because it kind of just stands out as a weird structure. Yes, use the device. And now we're on to the middle. The middle tower. Also, as I call it, the purple one. Alright, from here, follow the right wall. We should be fine. I mean, this area is not full of, like, level 50 enemies or anything, so it's not like it's a huge problem. Even the guy we're... Spoilers, there's a minor boss, well, NM. He's not even an NM. He's just a named enemy we're gonna have to fight. As part of the storyline. That guy just killed an NM, the Sturge. I remember that. Past 2 teleporters. I'm looking for some stairs. I'm looking for J6. I do remember not navigating by the map the first time I went up this tower. I was following these exact same instructions. My god, is it quite annoying. Past 2 teleporters. Yep, there's the second one. And we're looking for some stairs. Too weak to be worthwhile. There's our stairs at J6. Excellent. And we're at floor number 5. We're about halfway there. But this is where things get complicated. Enter a door. On the hallway to your right. At I7. And then follow the left wall. And look for a stairway leading north at H10. Palibots. I was gonna say, I think that's an NM. That is indeed an NM. What does he drop is the question. Now I'm curious. Polybots. Maple shield. Gigas bracelets. A necklace and some socks. Is it worth fighting? He's a lottery spawn. Not really. Anyway, these should be the stairs. Okay. Follow the right wall to J10. Another grounds tome if you need it. Which is a little awkward. Right wall to hit J10. Considering we were just near J10, but that was blocked off by a door, it's a little bit of a roundabout way. Not the worst one to do. J10. Use the device. Should take us to floor 7. Northwest. In the big room to a stairway at G7. Almost there. This is a 10 floor. You'd think the 10th floor would be pretty simple, but it really isn't. Because we have to also go up and then back down. Here we are. G7. Up to floor 8. Another grounds tome. Alright, on this floor. Left wall to a stairway at J7. And this is all just one giant tower that the Gigas seem to occupy. I don't recall whether or not they built the tower or not. I'm gonna be honest. If they did, that explains a lot. But I don't think so, given how much of this style of architecture is just floating around the world. Head south. That's all it says, is head south to a stairway that goes back down at J10. J10. There's the back down. Now we have to be careful here as we're back on floor 8 here. There's a hole we do not want to fall down. Now, I've not talked at all about these treasure chests. These are around in some of the dungeons. If you have a key, like I showed off earlier, case, no, satchel, like this Garliage chest key, you can open it. They contain various items, but most importantly, if you have the right quests underway, some of them contain your artifact armor. Do not fall down this hole. I believe that hole is a one-way trip. You cannot get back up. I think. Just be careful of the hole. Also, a very odd thing about the classification system. If you have a quest that says something like, oh, what's the daily? Kill birds. Bats count as birds. Bats are birds. They just don't have feathers. They're just featherless birds. Just take note of that. Bats are birds. Bats are birds. Now it says we want to take the left wall. I believe that's this one. Teleporter at F6. Now I could see, if we were of the level appropriate for the enemies here, how this would be a rather fun and engaging climb. However, I don't recommend it. Because even if you did, it's just... Not that these things are not hard to fight. They are actually pretty fun, but... Elementals are always the more annoying one, as they are higher level than everything else around here. We have zoned in. We need to go to the south east. We are now in the upper floor of Delfrit's Tower. Do I not have Rahal? I've spelled him wrong. We can fix our macros while it's going off, I think. There we go. Guided by Minas. Which we do have to kill this NM. Fortunately, we outlevel them by a significant margin. This did not take long at all. And the door at H7 should open. And there he is. Man of the hour. Profion himself. Who we have to kill? He normally can be a problem. Now, he dropped 6 keys. In case you needed a full party. There it is. Then on the elevator. Where's that key at? There it is. And here we go. And now we have a long spiral staircase down. And it is a very, very long spiral staircase down. If you already had your key, if you already had the key, you know, you could always, well, there's a door on the main floor you could access. That just, you could travel up to it. But it also requires you to, yeah. You have to be tracked through a door in the basement. Or you could just climb the tower, which is still a very, very long climb. I do want to try and show off the level 65 limit break here. We just gotta finish up with the story quest. There we are. The Shermat door. Do we still have the key? We do. Open the door. Head east. That's all the directions I'm given, is head east. We came from that direction. Which east are we talking about? Is it this one? It must be this one. No, not this one. Must be this one then. Yes. L8. This one. Ha! Jima! Our ambassador. Who are you? Not a foe, it seems. I'm glad you found me. I'm Jima, ambassador of Sandoria. So, you were sent on a mission to the embassy in Juno? I see. I'm truly sorry you had to come to such a dangerous place as this. Sorry still that I was such a fool to let down my guard. I was struck from behind and woke to find myself here. To think if you hadn't happened by. This is truly a dangerous place. And not just because of the monsters. There's an ominous feel to the air. Going deeper would be a folly. Take care, kind adventurer. I'll leave this place while I still can, and we shall meet again in the embassy. Now that that's done, we can safely just get rid of this key. Just drop it. You no longer need it. Now we use our warp macro to get out of here. I may have dropped the key early, but I don't think it matters. Because we should have the key item still. We should be fine. Otherwise I have to climb that up and fight that guy again just for a key. But I think the key item will cover that. Yes, we should be safe. We're safe. I'm so glad to see you. Thank you so much for braving the dangers and finding me. You have my thanks. Now, enough formalities. I hereby assign you, Ratnios, to the post of attaché of the Embassy of Juno. May you apply all your powers for the sake of the motherland and her friendship with Juno. Prove yourself, and I might have need of you later. When the time comes, I hope you can help me, as you did before. Now you could safely drop the key. Apparently, sometimes keeping the key on you will... If you don't have the key on you, sometimes that doesn't trigger. I think I remember that happening with the Bastock guy for no discernible reason. I mean, completely... Okay. Travel to Sandoria real quick. Make sure we have the map for the next place we have to go. Which is to raise our level cap to 60. Because we need to go to Zarkabard. We just need to make sure we have a map of Zarkabard, because that's just not fun to navigate otherwise. Yeah, Delphrox Tower. Moron Gardens. Toyota Tree. I think we're safe. Mook. Yeah, we're safe. We have the map. For Zarkabard. See, we need to bring to an encountered water area. Wanted area, 125. Zarkabard. There's some NMs. We need to kind of maybe worry about. Not really. Now, where are we in Zarkabard? I thought Are you kidding me? I literally just looked in there. I did not see that I didn't possess a map of Zarkabard. Oh, Zarkabard. Alright. Where's that Unity Warp drop us? J9. Oh, this is going to be terrible to navigate. J9 puts us dead center. There's a field manual there. The fact we don't possess a map of Zarkabard is just... Well, it's a pain to navigate, but we can navigate here. So facing directly west from J9. J9. Should be an outpost directly to the... I'm actually not seeing what I'm thinking I'm seeing. Where in J9 are we? Oh, we're in that J9. No, that doesn't make sense at all. No, that makes perfect sense where we are. We're just coming out of the glacier. Right. Right. The glacier. Without a map, it is not fun to navigate. Now, Zarkabard here is not a bad place if you want to grind in your, like, low to mid 40s. A lot of interesting creatures here, not just the evil eyes, but other things. These Gigases, they actually are pretty fun to fight, to be honest, most of the stuff here. But from here, we need to head north. I'll try and pick up all these items in one go. Continue to head north and northeast. We should be encountering a cave with a little NM that just kind of bounces around here. Yes, the tiger. The tiger? Oh, that's the Gigas' tiger. So that's not the one that should be here. Ah, someone else is here. Good. They're fighting the Curial. You don't actually have to do that. Like, you don't actually have to fight them. You just need to come over here and grab the item. And then leave. I mean, you can fight them. I don't think there's any reason to, because there's 3 of them. Yeah. The Curial is just one of them. Once we're out... Now we need to head to the west. As soon as we can, we should head west. It'll be in the big room, but with a little bit of a little pass over here. Yes, a little pass over here. Because the second one we need to get to is up on that upper ledge up there. It's a little bit annoying to get to, but not terrible. Not terrible. Because it should be right here. The ramp to take us up. And then if we go to the northeast a little, should put us right in line with the next little offshoot path. Also, if you need to kill demons, these demon knights are actually not terrible. I'm actually not sure what we're gonna grind to 60, because we gotta at least hit 60. Well, we at least have to hit level 56. There's a fantastic guide on the wiki that I follow for the experiences. You really should check them and check it and see. And this is the NM. He routinely just patrols here. And as you can see, he's just patrolling. You could kill him, like I said. But there really isn't a reason. And now we just basically go back the way we came. Because, as expected, you can't just fall down the ledges either. No, that would be convenient. There's only some ledges you can fall down. Most of them, you can't. Why? Reasons I'm not entirely convinced of. But by the time next Tuesday hits, we should be at level 56, at least. And then from here, we basically head straight south. As straight south as we can. Because there's one last item we need. That's at F9. Just over here. Yes. Yes, this is the one. Or it should be. Yeah, G10. He should be just in here by the Tamas. Just inside this cave. The Boreal Hound. We've dealt with the Curl by ignoring him because he was engaged with someone else. Same thing with the Tiger. And there's the Hound. Now we need to get the crap out of here before he comes back. I said before he comes back, please. We should be fine. Even if he does try and fight us. Which he apparently is not. We can just leave. And leave we have. With that, our level cap has been raised to level 60. And with that, our level 60 cap has been increased. We are now free to get another 9 levels. Although I think we just need an additional 5 to get the level 65 one, which is going to be useful for the next story mission. But I believe that'll also give us a chance to, I think... No, we won't be able to equip all, or even find all of our gear, all of our artifact gear. So artifact gear is... where is it? Red Mage. Chapeau. Everything is 60, 58, 56, 54, 52. So we do have to at least get to level 60 to unlock, to wear our hat. 58 for the chest piece. Everything else is below level 56. So that's not terrible. We might spend some time doing that instead. Unlocking that. Let's see. We can't get the relic armor because that's level 70 armor. What's the Empyrean? Empyrean Red Mage is level 85 to 90. So we definitely don't need to worry about that. So maybe we'll do some prep work. Well, we'll do some prep work for completing 4-1. That one's just going to take long. That might take a couple of streams. But we'll definitely get started also on the artifact armor for Red Mage. Which is decent armor, all things considered. But until then, folks, we'll see you all next time. See you later.